Welcome to another edition of Talk City Greensboro, produced by GTN, featuring interviews and events happening around town. It's an easy way to stay in the know while you're on the go. Subscribe to Talk City on iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, or SoundCloud so you can keep up with what's going on in Greensboro City government. I'm your host, Josh Johnson, and with me today around the big round table is our newest GTN producer. We want to welcome him here. He's sitting in on the podcast and probably going to be spending a lot of time here. Mr. Rodney Dawson. Rodney, thank you for being here and welcome. And
I'm bringing my talents to downtown Greensboro.
I love it. I love it. We're looking forward to seeing them.
Glad to be here and have some wonderful guests here today.
Who we got?
We have Mr. Jarvis Bynum. He's representing the Disabled American Veterans Organization, Chapter 20, Guilford County organization right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And as a veteran myself, I appreciate that organization and many more. I'm a frequent visitor of the VA in Kernersville. And I've even sat in on some meetings with the DAV. So the wonderful organization, do a lot of work here in the community. So I'm just glad to have Mr. Bynum here.
Mr. Bynum, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you all for having us.
It's our pleasure.
And the organization, just quickly off the bat, how long has it been around?
I'm glad you asked that question. We just celebrated 100 years.
Oh, wow.
The concept of the DAV and its mission was founded in 1920, and we just celebrated, as I said, 100 years. We're very happy to say that we are an organization of more than 1 million veterans.
Wow.
In Greensboro, we have over 3,000 veterans who are members, and we are very active, I would say.
Yeah.
And not bragging, we are the premier veteran organization.
Fantastic.
All right. You know, and a lot of us are familiar with the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans Organization, but there's a couple of us that are not. So explain to our listeners or those who are not familiar with the organization what DAV and Chapter 20 located here in Greensboro is all about, and what type of services do you provide?
Thank you. I'm glad you asked. The Disabled American Veteran is a nonprofit association of more than 1 million veterans who suffer some degree of disability while in this time of war and armed conflict. We have headquarters in Cincinnati and Washington, D.C. The DAV mainly focuses on serving veterans and their families. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, and we have no PAC committees and endorse no political candidates. We assist veterans in filing claims, collecting evidence to support their claims. Mm-hmm. We provide information on burial, survival benefit, DIC, that type of thing, anything to make the transitions of veterans from military life to civilian life as easy as possible.
Fantastic. Well, I can only imagine the amount of things that have to happen for that transition to take place smoothly. So I will thank you on behalf of many veterans that I know for helping them and being there. So is there a command structure in the organization within the local chapter, and do you have is rank recognized in the local chapter?
Whatever rank you had in the military is not recognized once you exit
Gotcha.
The military. However, we do have a structured for the successful flow of information and order. I like to just mention before we go any further, our officers locally, our commander, Bill Tate, Hodges Stevens is our senior vice, Jerome Presley is our junior vice, Francis Mike Daniel is our adjutant, and Cheryl Hartman is our chaplain. Our treasurer is Lona Kelly, and our sergeant at arms is that adjutant Eric Redcliffe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you mentioned Commander Tate. Yeah, briefly talk a little bit about him. Tell the folks, he's Army, right? Not Marine Corps.
He is Army. He is our leader. He does a fantastic job. He's been commander now for over 5 years. Nobody wants that be in that hot seat.
Well, he can take it. He's former Special Forces.
Oh man, yeah, okay.
Yes, he's Command Sergeant Major. He was Command Sergeant Major, retired. Wow. And he loves Master Sergeant. He's Master Sergeant, retired. And he does a very fine job in setting us direction, giving us directions, and providing order for our meeting.
Gotcha. And what annual, speaking of Master Sergeant, is that E8 or E9? I'm talking about the ranking. That's an E8. Okay. So he was high up there. But really quick, the annual events that the DAV puts on locally, talk to us about those.
Okay. One that's very near and dear to my heart. They do this in every state. Just Be Kid project that is taking place annually. There we raise funds to send children of disabled veterans who were wounded, killed in action, send them to summer camp where they are privileged to enjoy canoeing, horseback riding, archery, all the things that kids do. We found out that children of veterans experience a different type of experience than most people do. Mm-hmm. So this is a chance for them to come together and have some fun, great fun, and relate to someone who's gone through the same experiences they have. They may have both parents deployed at one time or one parent deployed away from the house. So we are very, very supportive and proud that we do Just for Kids, and we like to thank everyone for supporting our efforts. Another thing, big thing I'll say, that the DAV does is our annual Veterans Day Parade.
Oh, yeah.
With the assistance of the city government here in Greensboro. This is our 7th or 8th year, I believe, sponsoring this Veterans Day Parade. Now, it just doesn't happen. We start February or March and getting our sponsors, getting our participants, getting our forms filled out, and it's a community affair. Mm-hmm. It's not just the DAV.
Yeah.
And we have planning committee, someone in charge of getting the floats that we'll proudly sponsor, someone getting the cars together, getting the order procession together. And while I'm at it, let me thank the Greensboro Police Department, who volunteered their time mm-hmm. to close the street and assist us and be a part. They have always been a part of our Veterans Day Parade, and they do this on their off-duty time. It's not something they're paid to do. Most of them are veterans, and we appreciate them so very much.
So in a couple of 3 months, you guys are going to be planning for 2024, right?
Yes, indeed. we look forward to that. We just finished our 8th parade mm-hmm. In November, so we need some time off.
Yeah. So you're gonna get a little break before you start planning for the next one.
We do. We're proud to say that this was our biggest ever Veterans Day Parade. I believe we had near over 70 entrants in our parade.
Wow. Okay.
And we appreciate the folks that came out to show their support for our veterans. It's not just enough to say thank you for your service, but let your feet do the talking.
I like that.
And Greensboro does have a strong military history. Back in the 1940s, we had an Army Air Force recruiting base here that processed over 3,000 soldiers that went to the front in World War II. So we have a long history of supporting our veterans, and it's good to know that we're still sustaining that. And so you would say you've gotten a good amount of community support from the city and other organizations, our bands, our schools, and people of that nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are very proud to have had our largest participants of school bands, junior ROTC programs participate in our program. It's all about showing the younger generation, letting them connect with the older generation so that they can get those values that seem like we don't see shown in our generation today.
Okay.
Yep. Well, if people would like more information about the organization, is there a website they can visit or a phone number? And we, while we're getting that information, we need to introduce our player off the court here, who has been invaluable as we've been doing the podcast. Go ahead, Mr. Bynum, introduce our
Yes, we have Lauren Kelly, who I would say is the best service officer in the state of North Carolina. She not only takes her job very seriously. I'll give you the address where you may come in contact with her for assistance.
Okay.
But she goes above the call of duty. Mm-hmm. She just doesn't wait for you to come to her. Several occasions she has been to veterans' home.
Really?
Who were unable to attend the office to take up the information she needed to file a claim. Even out of state, she has helped folks.
That's great. Well,
so we applaud her.
We do. And she's been helping us quite a bit through this podcast. So thank you very much.
and I've seen her in action on parade day too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They go back in the military form on that day.
Right.
And Mr. Jarvis, Mr. Bynum, we didn't give your title, but you're the elected past state commander, correct?
Yes. I'm also in charge of the fundraising for Chapter 20 locally and spokesperson for the chapter. Let me just say, I failed to mention our golf tournament.
Yeah, go right
something
ahead. Yeah.
Annually that we sponsor. Our golf tournament, and let me give a shout out first of all to Humana, who have been our #1 sponsor of our golf tournament. And this is a golf tournament that's put on September or October. Veterans play free of charge. This is at Gillespie Golf Course.
Okay.
And this is free of charge, as I said, for veterans. $30 for non-veterans, and it's held annually. Prizes are given out. We don't give trophies. We found out that these dust catchers just get thrown in the closet in the drawer. So we give real good prizes.
Good prizes.
Like tool sets, things that people can use.
Stuff you're going to use, yeah.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So is there a website we can direct people to if they want more information, or is it just best that folks Google DAV?
Yes. We have a website, Facebook page, and also let me just give it for those who are listening.
Okay.
www.dav20.com is the website.
Okay.
That's going to be GC. DAV. G as in golf, C as in Charlie, DAV20.com.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the main website,
That's
right?
the main website.
Okay. And we our physical location is 200 West Campbell Street.
Okay.
Camel.
200 West Camel Street.
Yes. Our telephone number for the office is 336.
The phone number is 336-340-5454.
Okay.
That's the office number. Okay. So you can call that number if you want for more information, or you can certainly visit that website. And I think recently in another show that we did here, we were promoting the Veterans Day Parade. So I was able to reach that main website just by Googling the DAV or, the organization here locally. So they're easy to find. I recommend that you go online, give them a call if you have any questions. Certainly if there are veterans that need help with services, reach out to them. Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Yes, I did not mention we do yearly the breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
We sponsor the program for that, which we raise funds to send veterans to be tested and evaluated for breast cancer. As you all know, breast cancer is not just a female disease.
That's correct.
It is also affect men's.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very happy to say that we are supporting our female veterans as well as our male veterans in this effort to be screened for breast cancer.
Excellent.
All right. Well, Mr. Jarvis Bynum, representing the Guilford County DAV Chapter 20, we want to thank you for coming to our podcast this morning and giving us that information and telling us about the organization that's been serving us for over 100 years now.
Thank you all for having us. We're very proud to be in Greensboro. We'd like to also give a shout out to the Golden Corral who support us. We have our meetings there on the third Tuesday of every month.
Okay.
So if you want to come to our meetings and glean from us information that affect you personally, if you're a veteran, if you're a spouse of a veteran, child of a veteran, you're invited to attend our meetings, and we'll be so happy to share with you the latest information concerning veterans and their welfare.
Fantastic.
Thank you again for having us, Rodney.
Absolutely.
And
Josh. It was our pleasure. Hopefully in 2024 we'll get you guys in here before the parade. So we
would be happy. Any advertisement we can get.
Absolutely.
We are looking forward to being bigger and better each year.
All right. Well,
So
it's been our pleasure to have you on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned in weekly by subscribing to Talk City Greensboro on iTunes, Pandora, and Google Play. And don't forget you can download Talk City from SoundCloud. That's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Talk City. Be sure to watch GTN, your official source for news and information about the city of Greensboro. GTN is available on Spectrum Channel 13, AT&T Uverse Channel 99, and North State Channel 31. GTN also streams live on Roku and the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov.